Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Cover today's MLB main slate for today on DraftKings. Before we continue though, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate that. You can also follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. If you want access to this cheat sheet in the pitching model and the hitting model, just follow me on Twitter, shoot me a DM, and then I'll send you the link to this, then you'll always have it. And if you're playing NASCAR today, the race is at 6 p.m. and I did post my video yesterday, so I'd recommend checking that out. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a real NASCAR race, so I missed it, but it's back, so I'd recommend checking it out. And then yeah, let's get into the cheat sheet now. So SP1 today for me, it's probably gonna be Zach Wheeler, and I'll just figure out who to pair him with. But the highest price one's gonna be Chris Paddock, 10,400. He's due for some regression with his hard contact rate. I believe it's sitting at around 47%. Let me check that again. Yeah, it's at 47%. So I do think some regression will be coming for him, but I don't think it's going to be coming here versus Toronto. It's a great matchup, and they will strike out at a decent clip. And I do think Paddock will be able to overpower them with his fastball. So definitely like Chris Paddock, but I understand if you can't use him because he's expensive, and we are going to want some cores because their total is creeping up to 8 runs. It's pretty insane. I think right now it's at 7.71, so I think it's the highest all this season. So definitely gonna want some cores bats. And then Zach Wheeler, my favorite pitcher today, 8,600. He's going to be popular today, but it's for good reason versus Detroit. He should be able to overpower this lineup and rack up the strikeouts. And then Caleb Smith, 9,700. He's just been fantastic this year with a 30% K rate. That's combined with the last 2 seasons. I think this year it's around 35%, so it's pretty awesome. And he's allowing a lot of hard contact though, like Chris Paddock. So I do think some regression will be coming for him eventually. But this is a pretty decent matchup versus Washington. They have quite a few lefties that he's lefty on lefty matchup. So definitely like Caleb Smith today. Although I understand if you can't afford 2 of these guys. So if you are going to be needing to spend down, I'm going to throw in a cheaper pitcher in the cheat sheet in my updates if you need to go cheap and fit some other bats in. And then at catcher, Yasmani Grandal, 4,500. Just always like him versus righties, and Eflin will struggle with lefties. And then Tony Wolters, 4,100. Yeah, it's just cheaper. A good way to get cheaper cores exposure versus Hess. Martin Maldonado, 2,200, our favorite punt catcher, so I don't mind if you go there. I'm probably want to spend down at catcher as well, just to be able to try to get up to Arenado or Story or guys like Kepler. So I don't think catcher's too important today. They're probably gonna live in that bottom tier. At first base, Daniel Murphy, 4,900. As I said, the Rockies are implied over 7 runs today, so give me anyone versus Hess, and it's a lefty and righty matchup for him. Although the righties have been getting Hess a little bit better, but both sides will be able to hit him. Then Neil Walker, 3,500. So Fetty struggles with power to lefties, and Walker hits righties well. And then Kendrys Morales, he's below 3K now. He just hasn't been doing anything, but he's projected to bat 5th. And below 3K, he's worth a shot versus a fly ball lefty. And I forgot to put the B there. It's going to bother me. Okay. All right, now let's go to second base. Mike Moustakas, 4,800. Just love all the lefties here versus Eflin. I don't think Eflin's going to have a good game. He's going to see a lot of lefties from this Brewers lineup. And then Jonathan Villar, 4,300. He had an awesome game yesterday. Marquez is good, but he will struggle at home and versus lefties. So definitely Villar. And all these Orioles prices are down from yesterday. I think Villar was, I forget how expensive he was, but only 4,300. I don't mind that at all. And then DJ LeMahieu, 4,200, leading off for the Yanks versus a lefty. And then at third base, we have Nolan Arenado, 5,700. He's probably the number 1 player of the day, as he usually is when he's in Coors Field. It's just an awesome matchup for all these Rockies bats, and the righties have been crushing David Hess. I believe he's giving up over a 400 WOBA to them so far, and Arenado's been on fire. He's just been hitting the ball really well. I think he has quite a few multi-hit games in a row, and he's just been smashing homers, so definitely love him. I'm going to try my best to be able to afford him. I know it's going to be tough, but if I can do it, I would love to. And then Mike Moustakas, where he talked about the Marwin Gonzalez, 4,100. It's a good way to get cheaper Twins exposure. They're starting to price them up finally, which is sad, but because we've been using them a lot. But definitely like Marwin if you can fit him in your lineup. Cavi is not a good pitcher, and that bullpen isn't the best as well either. Then shortstop Trevor Story, 5,600. Really always the same reasons I like Arenado. They're usually going to have the same notes, but they just project so high on my model today. Like Story's like far and away the number 1 shortstop for me. I think I have projected around 20 points, and then the next guy's like at 15 or 12. But yeah, definitely love these two guys today. I'm gonna try to get one of them in my lineup. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to. If you're gonna spend up a pitching, I'm gonna try my best. And then yeah, it's just an awesome spot for those guys. Then Jorge Polanco, if you're going the Twins route instead of the Rockies route, don't mind Polanco at all. He's been crushing lefties this season with over 300 ISO. And if you can't tell, the B key on my laptop is not working the best, and that's why I keep forgetting. That's why the B's aren't showing up. Okay. And then if you need a cheaper option, which you probably are going to at some, so I don't mind Jonathan VR at 4,300. Marquez is good, but he will struggle at home versus lefties, so we already talked about that. And then in the high-priced outfield, Max Kepler deserves the #1 spot today. 5,200. He's the #1 projected outfielder in my model. And DraftKings finally priced him up to where he should be. We've been getting him at 4K, like low 4Ks for a while now. But they finally figured it out that, hey, maybe he's good at baseball. So, but if you're going with the Twins route, I love Max Kepler today versus Covey. It's just an awesome matchup for all these lefties and the righties as well. Eddie Rosario, really the same exact reasons as Kepler, and they're priced him up a lot too. He was 4,800, I think, last time out. So it sucks they're finally pricing these guys up, but still an awesome spot. I think they're projected over 6 runs today. Can't remember. Check. Yeah, 6.48 runs today. So Vegas definitely thinks they're going to be scoring some runs today, as do I. And then Christian Yelich, obviously, I mean, I don't think it's really fair for me to put him on here, but oh well. I mean, he's probably the best play today if you're just looking. Well, no, besides Arenado and Story, he's probably the 3rd best play today, just versus Eflin, who struggles versus lefties. And Yelich, as I say, he cheats at home. He's just so good at home. And then mid-range outfield, David Dahl, 4,600. This is gonna be a core play for me today. Probably one of my favorite plays, just because of the price you get in Coors versus Hess, and it's a good way to get cheaper Coors exposure. So definitely like him a lot. And then Aaron Hicks, 4,100, just cheaper Yankee versus the lefty Duffy. And Ian Desmond, 4,300. So Reddy's just been crushing Hess, so I don't mind if you want to go with Desmond. But he does like to strike out a lot. And then I remember last night he was like 3-0 in a count, and then he just watched 3 strikes go right by him. So I don't know. But and then in the value outfield, you have Stevie Wilkerson. Forgot the SON there. Stevie Wilkerson, 3,900. I remember back in his 2K days when we were playing him a lot, but he's been doing very well, and he's going to be lefty in Coors versus Marquez, and I think it's an okay spot for him. I'm not like going out my way to play him, but don't mind him. And then the Marlins outfield, Garrett Cooper, Brian Anderson, Curtis Granderson, they're all played for me, just as one-offs. And then go to the court plays and the stacks. The weather looks okay today. There's a couple of rain spots at Cleveland. I know it's raining outside right now where I am, and I'm pretty close to Cleveland, but I think it's not supposed to rain all day. I know there are some storms, but I think it'll be okay. And then the core plays, Zach Wheeler, 8,600. Just love the price there and the upside for him. Jonathan VR, second base. You can also put him in at shortstop. And then David Dahl, 4,600. And the top stacks for me are going to be the Rockies and the Twins by far. And so they're in like tier 1. Then tier 2 is going to be the Brewers, especially the lefties, and then the Yankees and the Dodgers. Alright guys, that's all I have for the video. If you have any questions, you can feel free to comment below. Follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. That's with 2 N's. And if you're going to be playing NASCAR, check out the NASCAR video. And good luck.